Can you guess?
I mean,
It's one of my
the hero you
newer
like.
favorites.
One of your newer favorites.
Yeah.
I
Try
talked to you
try
about my
to.
hero poll yesterday.
Yes, you did, but that was also at the end of like 3 series.
I know. I would love to be the Lesh here.
Mm.
Like in general, the lane matchup can go either way. I feel like this is a bit skill based. Maybe the SF has a slight edge over the Lesh, but I do feel like if the Lesh plays his cards right, he can absolutely punish the Shadow Fiend. Nadine Arbol overstepping if there's no wave and the usage of Glyph. You can absolutely do that. And the same thing with SF. Just if you keep your composure, this Lesh is not going to enjoy the lane. Just soaking up raises the whole game.
Both of them have to be really careful of rotations, especially. This is a Tiny and a Tusk. We might
Yeah.
just see some 2 versus 2 brawls in the mid lane if they both get the same idea at the same time.
We almost got to see a 2 versus 4 fight happen in top as well, as Potoke and Ariel smoked up to gain some information. And I like that they're blocking 2 of these camps already with not only just the easy camp block with the sentry, but also the medium camp block, which is away from this enchantress. So they'll keep. Oh, he's reading it. Does Kasane find the sentry? Yeah, he finds the sentry. There we go. Smart read. Very smart read.
Well, I mean, the riskiest part of this was that they blocked both of these camps with sentries that were technically within the range of a single sentry.
Yep. But Kasane's going to
But
get both
Kasana's
open.
got 2.
He's going to find both of them. So both camps open. You're going to have to repeat that sentry trick if you want to do it again, but you're going to have to wait a while. So Inch has got his camps open. He'll have access to a variety of different types of neutral creeps.
And you've already invested so much money into these sentries. Like Kasane got the money out of taking them down instead.
I think I'm just going to spend the majority of my time on my screen just watching this mid matchup. See if there's anything intriguing going on between the two.
Yeah. We're gonna have to see how well Squadix holds up after Natty Narwhal gets to the level 2, gets to the level 2 raises, because that is really where the pain train can start if you don't manage your spacing properly.
Also the fact with SF, like when you're playing into lane like this, like holding onto your points on your aura, so that your lane doesn't accidentally start pushing too much, and how do you set up the push, most importantly, as Berdanchik will go down to Sweden Strong and Triple S. Killing the support silencer looked like a very basic tossback play, as Ariel, the blood grenade is slowing him down, and Munkushi will get in range for the Mel Strike, but there's a Fairy Fire save, and the Tusk will live. Inch was dropped really low by the Tusk, just solo harassing there.
Monkushi feeling pretty safe in this lane so far. It's only really going to start to get threatened once that Hotoke starts to get points into the trample. Before that, they can't really take off the refraction charges. Of course, has to be careful not to get locked in by any possible ice shards. Question is if Ariel wants to invest in that early.
Just been watching
Holding the
this
point for now.
mid matchup here, because there's a ton of denies on the Leshrac, as you're supposed to, because you have higher damage output than the SF does before you start building into souls. So getting already 6 denies to go with is a pretty solid start. But it has come at the cost of him missing a couple last hits, so their CS is almost even. As he's been missing a few, but he's been denying a couple away from Natty Narble.
I mean, he's gotta get these while he still can.
Sweden Strong getting rid of some vision there. Tiny with the boots. All you need to get your game going, having level 2, both abilities open. What is Berdanchik up to here? You got no sentries, you got no wards on you. He's still level 1. And he started with glaives, which I
Really
think the
unusual.
idea was to harass and poke in the lane because you're going up against melee heroes. It's a double melee lane. But normally you just go with the curse and, you know, slow them so you can get extra right clicks in. I guess he was relying that they're so slow that you'll be able to use our glaives nevertheless.
Dire's courier has been killed.
And he got his courier, okay.
I mean, he's correct in running interference for the mid lane there, right? I was talking about the possible rotations.
Radiant
You do want to make sure that Natty Narwhal makes it to his level 6
Dire's structures are
in good
fortified.
shape. Spot Decker's getting dove.
He is. There's the avalanche to follow. Get the Lotus heal. Shard block is a bit off the mark by Aerial, but I think it poses too much of a threat. You've got your Tusk, you've got your Silencer rotated back to bottom to help out Otaker.
Means that we're leaving the top lane completely alone, which I think both of these heroes are perfectly fine with. The TA can't really do anything against Hotoke. There's simply not
Great,
enough
great
damage to go
timing
through
on
the
the
bulk.
avalanche there. He just popped his tag team. They both ended up getting stunned, getting distanced. That could have been a dead Tiny. But, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Doesn't end up this time around. Next rune in 40 seconds. Ench has also moved down into mid. Tiny's got no mana left to really fight here, so he's just gonna provide himself as a meat shield of sorts.
Yep. Lesh is already rocking some raindrops, but Natty Narwhal, yeah, just flying them in.
Top tower is
He
under
knows what time it is. Everybody's abandoned the side lanes.
Yeah, it's a farm lane for TA, a farm lane for Troll. Both Dawn and Primal Beast, because of the lack of their supports being around, just won't be able to CS as fast or as well. Aerial gonna get tossed back, Squadex with the Diabolic Edict, and that will be an easy kill on the Tiny. Just picked up his Tranquil Boots. Oh, sorry, that was on the Tiny who picked up the Tranquil Boots. Easy catch on the Tusk there. Was slightly outside of vision, but they caught a glimpse of him. Went straight to him.
killed.
2 first kills for 1 win.
Pretty smooth sailing. The SF did get the rune out of it, so of course that is a regen rune, so that's just mostly going to be used for farming.
Yep,
And
they are
Pedantic-
trying to make some stacks in the triangle by the looks of it, so he could use that regen to farm it up.
It's so fraught to try
Oh,
and
it's
do
blocked
any
as
stacking at all. Yeah, versus an Enchantress? No way.
Yeah, like the fact that Kassan has also put the aggressive sentries there to try and block, but they did open the camp up now. Triple S also getting a stack for himself. This is also from the the classic support notebook. While Enchantress is getting bullied here, but he does get Verdanchik.
Yeah.
Natty Narwhal throwing in a single raise to finish off the Enchantress. But yeah, the basic thing, like if you're going for the 7-minute Wisdom rune, might as well stack the camp that's right next to it. Run to the rune, you get a camp stack, and you start activating the rune for XPs. Very
And then
standard.
give the Enchantress her choice of creeps.
Yeah, that too. Nobody's gonna farm him. At least the Ench has got like a variety, you know, a happy girl with a lot of material to shop.
Yeah, the pet shop full of interesting and deadly creatures.
I was thinking about a jewelry shop, but yeah, I guess I'm old-fashioned.
Yeah, no, girls these days want weapons to demolish their enemies with, turns out.
Sweden Strong can't get this denial on the ward, so he's waiting for the Leshrac to arrive. Meanwhile, fighting against the Silencer and trying to get a battle going on the Tusk. Sweden Strong and Verdanchik both down. Here comes the Solar Guardian trying to catch the Shadow Fiend. And SSS getting hit by the snowball, but Hotoke has also made his move. Aerial goes down, and there is your Requiem, zoning out Triple S, and that is going to be a very neat kill for 4Pirates, trading 2 for 2, but getting 1 core in the mix.
A really nice attempt. Little overset. Man, even Squadix here would love to see that SF take the camp.
Radiant's
Yeah, get him.
Going straight at him, but he's too far away. The range on Edict is not that high.
The SF just that little bit faster as well.
Not a lot of mana to work with. Just a quick warning pulse Nova there, but they're gonna set their sights on this mid T1, get some poke going on. Not a catapult wave, but still damage.
So that and the winner in the end of all of those mid engagements seems to be Munkushi, who has been left completely undisturbed on the top side, especially anytime that Hotoke waddles his way over to mid like he does now. Squadix, yeah, probably feels that he should be taking a step back here.
Oh, that's a solo kill right there. Otakar finds a very important pick off there. Doing that all by himself on a lane that has been basically both just farming it up. Really big for the troll. He does run into a gank squad and no chance of survival. Battle trance already burnt. And Squadix makes his rotation there, so Lesh finds a pick.
Once again. Yeah.
On the top side.
Another toss.
We're gonna get this time around Sweden strong to drop for Aerial. Pirates will find a trade. It's a shield rune that's going to be taken away by Kasane. And back to the triangle we go.
Yeah, of course. I mean, no new trinkets and for this to dewarding the enemy camp.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's next level right there.
He knows his favorite store on the Citadel, man.
Oh yeah.
They've got the vision behind the tier 1 tower as well. Like, everything is set up for more rotations into that mid lane tower. So first, that's... yeah. I always find it so funny to see people TPing into the top tower and be like, oh yeah, I actually didn't want to be there, and just immediately take the portal.
Yeah, both cost the same amount of mana. Unless the gate was 50 and the TP 75. I still remember the gate taking quite a lot of mana, and you can't use it if you don't have enough mana in your pool. And then there's the Husker exception. He's the Guardian on the troll. He doesn't get his ulti off until the very last moment. The stun from the Slash came a tad bit too late. And the SSS might end up paying the price because of it, but Squadix is there. With his high burst, no creeps around, double kill for this Leshrac. 5-0. Kasane is all that 4Pirates are going to get.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This TA can also move away from this top lane to get some pressure down in bottom. They're going to find themselves a T1 tower. They are trying to trade mid at the same time. Squadix has already picked up a blink, so that offensive might turn into their graves.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Not sure if my Kip's still there.
Oh, yes, I have been talking to myself for a long time, I think.
I was wondering as well, like, is this... Has she dropped out of the voice calls? Like, oh, okay. But
out of the voice, into the void.
Phantom voice, indeed. You want to maybe
And
repeat
you know what?
I can't read women's minds.
Well, you should just
tell
ask
me.
them what they want then. And then listen, because that's the problem with you. Okay. No, what I'm going to say instead is that people who don't understand... Hold on a second. No, they're not going to siege this further. Is you don't understand. If you've done this together for years, then what happened is we just had an entire conversation. Panda just didn't hear it. Because we know roughly how long each other's sentences are. Like, none of the things I said overlapped with him. I could not hear that he didn't hear me, because it still sounded like a conversation on my end. Esperdanchik.
I'm just nodding my head,
It's a blink.
Like, yeah, wait a minute, where is she?
Yeah. It's hard to know unless you've done this for 4 years with the same
Mid.
person.
They're gonna get the jump on the Enchantress, and Hotoke Pulverize and Raises will do the job, but at the same time, Solar Guardian is available. It's kind of a downside that the Silencer is just not getting to his level 6. It's 14 minutes in. They cannot
kinda
still
embarrassing.
interrupt a Dawnbreaker from ulting in and saving the day. And they have,
I mean-
I have to say, they've really been utilizing this well, that the Silencer is either always dead or outside of XP range from where the fight is happening. Because Dawn is level 10 and has been getting Solar Guardian out in every engagement.
It's been pretty silly, and I love that they've actually just been killing him first, like just getting in the habit. If they can keep that up for the rest of the fights, then yeah, who cares? I guess the Dawnbreaker can indeed farm on the other side of the map like she so much loves to do. We're going to go fishing.
Basically, like studying the strategy of this is what we're going to be doing all game long, is we need to find Padanchik, and then we can do what we want.
They know where
Narble.
Natty is.
Oh, he got stunned by the AI, so Squadix smells an opportunity and goes straight for the Shadow Fiend. The AI is not on the Pirates' side. Maybe they were just some of those, you know, East India Company merchants, and the Pirates stole their money, so they wanted to pay a vendetta there on that Shadow Fiend, but yeah, costs him quite a lot there. This Lesh is 9-0.
Squadix has been mopping up kills everywhere. He's been doing a great job. And of course, Sweden strong on that support Tiny. Aces on finding tossbacks every single time. And I've dropped a ward here now as well, making sure that if the SF or literally anybody wants to return to this bot lane, they're going to get the exact same treatment again.
Yep. Lesh, one of those heroes that doesn't really spend time farming camps. You can, you've got the toolkit for it, but you don't have to sustain on your mana, so you'd rather use it for these high impact few seconds instead of burning it all on a camp that's probably not going to be nearly as much money. So what you do is, with a Tiny soon having a blink, well, I wouldn't say soon, still needs 1200 gold, but soon having a blink means that Lesh and Tiny are roaming somewhere on your side of the map above of playing safe and defensive on the dire half. So want to constantly find either a wave into a connection into another location, into a wave into another connection, and keep that going. So those deep wards, exactly what the Lesh would love to see.
And in the meantime, you've just got Kasane with some help from some traps as well, taking care of this top wave. And none outer towers taken yet by the side with the troll and the SF. At some point, you'd think you'd get an opportunity to lay into a tower, but only mid's really taking some hits.
All right, this is going to be the Y and K reveal on Natty Narble. So they're smoking up from the mid tier 2. Dunchik, are they going to do the same thing? Play the Silencer as a bait and get a fight going? Because that could also be the plan. He's the one who's not picking up the smoke.
Risky business. The Dawn is bot side. Like, almost as if they're expecting Padanchik to die first again.
Yes, it could work. They got a blink on the Primal Beast, too. Could just blink and pulverize somebody. Tiny, smart enough not to extend too deep in the river. Except now that he's literally playing aggressive on the other side of the map. That Obs ward, because of those trees next to the cliff, will not show the Obs ward that is planted, despite them having a sentry there. We will not know about that ward. Squadix. Okay, but Dunchik spotted. Sweden Strong is charging onward. Charge! I got you one. I got you, homie. Hang on, Silencer dead again. TPs are coming in. Got the global off. Hotoke trying to get close enough. Maybe this is the chance. Solar Guardian comes out after the global ends, but they've lost Squadix to Hotoke, who gets that 10-kill streak for himself. Triple S down. The AD Shadow Fiend getting to work, and Munkushi couldn't join in soon enough. That blink was still in his stash.
global lasting just long enough there to make sure that the Dawnbreaker comes in too late. He really...
They played the bait.
Yep. They played the bait, and it worked.
Tiny now got his blink. If Sweden Strong had it there, the distance for the silencer and the rest of his teammates showing up to help him might have not been enough with that global silence. Everybody would have been able to get there in time. Ariel going to get tossed back into SquadX's arms. A strategy that will always work. That is, 1,300 extra pure damage. Plus the Pulse Novas, a Lightning Storm on top. Maybe Tiny also throws in an Avalanche. You can easily do like 1,700 to 2,000 damage with just these two. So
Yeah,
you're going to need a
just
lot of
dies in the air.
scaling. You're going to need a lot of stats and scaling.
And the most unfortunate part about it is as well that a lot of the damage is pure because of the Leshrac, so you don't even get to raindrop your way out of this. No sense in building Casual Cloak or anything like that. The Diabolic Edict is just going to chew you up regardless.
Is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
Sane, Dangerous Waters. Where Guardian is coming out. 10 seconds for the global silence. They're going to get a fight
Surprised.
going here. But 4Pirates are ready for this engagement. Triple S is just going to fall. Asane is able to get away, and they're trying to buy this time from Munkushi to siege a tier 2 tower. They finally got the T1 in top. And Munkushi is only 800 gold short. 800 HP short from finishing off this tower.
Radiant's bottom
A little...
Oh, they're going straight for Roshan. Okay, they're going to make their own play.
Yeah, take that out of the hands of the TA. Okay, that's... I mean, that definitely justifies for the presence of 5 heroes on top to take that tower. And it makes me even more confused about the decision of that Dawnbreaker to come in to save an Enchantress. Surely you have her precisely on the top lane because you could afford to expend her. Like, oh man, information on 10 heroes for a single Ench? Don't mind if I do, but instead they throw the Dawnbreaker in after.
Radiant are
I love the troll bad influence facet where you get extra attack speed on your allies, and you also have no attack speed limit when you're in battle trance. Combine that with tag team, it's a solid amount of single target DPS.
All these heroes half health
We're
after
gonna
the
fight for this
Tormentor.
one here. SquadX showing up, 1 TP out, 2 TPs out. They'll get a Tusk. They won't get Natty Narwhal. They won't get Hotoke.
At least last tier 1 to be taken here, but yeah, 1 win after a series of a lot of momentum from the pickoffs from SquadX and Sweden Strong. Funnily enough, after the Blink Dagger of the Tiny, momentum not really holding for them here. Now they're looking at that Troll Aegis.
Might get a chance to make a play though. There's Nunchik's Ops Ward locating Kasane and Munkushi. Not gonna get the favorable jump that we're hoping for. SquadX also showing down in bottom, cutting the waves. Trying to keep that pressure up while that Aegis is still on the troll.
Gotta say, surprised to see Munkushi just show no interest in the BKB at all. Going straight forward into the Daedalus Lincoln Sphere after. I'm guessing that he's going to count on, well, being the last one into the fights most often. I'm a little worried for him.
I have to say, I'm still trying to think about this bad influence facet on the troll. Like, can you do it so that you're building up fervor stacks generally on just that same target? Or no? Okay, never mind. We'll get your right later. Solar Guardian broken by the global silence, and they get a moment of time to blow up SquadX. You should have known better. Otaker still chasing Kasane.
middle tower is under attack.
And a different route. Sane takes the 80 away, at least from the troll.
Dire's middle
Small wins. But all of that momentum that they had built up is flagging right now.
Yeah, you're gonna need BKBs against this lineup, and if I think about it even more accurately, like Lesh needs like 3 items this game. You need BKB, you need armor, probably a Shiva's, maybe even a Ghost Scepter is not a bad idea, or just that Aghanims as a replacement for the Ghost Scepter. There's a lot of incoming single target damage on this lineup. You just cannot face. The thing is, there's also not a very good nullifier builder either on this Radiant lineup, so in that sense, Ghost Scepter is not a bad idea to build.
Well, we're going to go for simply the debuff immunity first and then the plate mail after. I think that's going to be a Shiva's as well.
To initiate onto Aerial. Munkushi, dangerous zone, but the Solar Guardian is up before the Global, and they'll take the Tusk, and they take the Primal. Troll will lose his Aegis. Munkushi's bait pays off, and the whole team is here, and they're gonna punish Autaker for a second time. 2 cores down, a support gone. And really, it does feel like it's going to be a back and forth between who has what ulti up. Global Silence was still on cooldown for 10 seconds, and he's dying to Enchantress's creep here. Centaur is causing a real headache for him here.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, and I guess here's the answer to Mankushi not having a BKB. He says, well, if my Dawnbreaker can come over the top, you don't actually have the damage. That was a little close for comfort, though.
You know what would be super big brain and a 200 IQ play? If you find the Enchantress Centaur on top of a Silencer, you start loading up Solar Guardian and then use that Centaur to stun the Silencer, so you can maybe get your Solar Guardian Ags off, because you have Ags. So you need to be almost instant with the Global Silence to prevent the Dawnbreaker from flying in. That Centaur stun might be enough, because the Scepter channel time is 1 second. And I think the War Stomp, or the Centaur Stomp, is probably... It's 1.6 actually on Heroes, so
yeah.
would work. Meanwhile, Global used by Hotoke, but a soft commitment here from 1win.
Not global.
Not Global, yeah.
No, that's the one cooldown that everybody in this game is tracking.
Yep, and this is, again, I understand why the choice from Perdancic is you have been given permission to rush Refresher. You got the Force stat, you go Refresher next. And that's all you need for your toolkit this game.
And once you get the Refresher, he can sit in the fountain. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
like
that
there's
troll,
anything
that's a
happening on the
hard
map to play
target.
for anyway, and now they have to save Autaker. So SSS knows he now has a 2-minute period if their team finds an opening somewhere.
Radiant's middle tower.
Immediate arrows being drawn by Sweden Strong. He
Yeah.
wants to cut off any possible movements.
Yeah, we choke them here and we choke them here. Yeah, I like that.
Radiant's middle tower.
Both scans on top of each other on bot. Both hit.
Yeah, the
Hotoke
Primal and the TA.
knows
Oh, the
he's
TP.
got to get out.
I don't think he has a cancel on that, so TA won't be able to interrupt that, but Autaker, BKB'd up. Will finish off Sweden strong. Meanwhile, Aerial and Hotoke taken down by Triple S. So there's your Solar Guardian play. Trading 2 for 1.
A lot of confidence coming out from 1win here. Playing, like they split up 50-50, one side to the left, one to the right. Hotoke flees the pressure on bot and just gets caught top instead. You can't win.
She's now finally connected with the rest. He's picked up that Daedalus, and Lincoln's is coming up next.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Not a
attack.
lot of targeted abilities on the Radiant side, so this Lincoln's is actually a very good item this game.
Very secure. I mean,
The only ways to pop Lincolns this game is Pulverize, Silencers, Force Staff, Snowball, I think. Okay, this last word on Silencer, which our observer is
Yeah.
highlighting. So you got like 3, 4, maybe max 5 things. So you got ways to pop it, but the Pulverize is the more important one to follow up and not actually use it directly on him. And Force Staff as well, more better used as a save from that Solar Guardian. Of them playing aggressive.
Really good information through the use of these illusions here.
Yeah, they just don't control the ward cliff anymore, so that's showing very deep onto the 4Pirates side.
And Natty
Still
Narwhal.
Still a 13k lead here for one win. Sweet and Strong is found. Pulverizes pop. Squadix is getting in position. Doesn't land the stun though. Will give away the Tiny here. Sane on the chase. There's a slow on Otaker. And to dispel, Squadix in the middle of all of this action finds the Tusk and looks for the kill on him with the Diabolic Edict. Otaker disengaging Hotoke right next to him. Chick has been calm enough to not pop that global, but maybe there's a shot to use it now. Natty Narwhal goes in for the instant ulti. They will find Kasane, and Squadix is rooted, and he's not going anywhere. Munkushi will have to face Otaker. Tusk coming in with a buyback. Pulverize goes through. Munkushi is going down as well, and they're cleaning them all up. Ariel does buy back into it, but the full clean team wipe, and Roche is theirs for the taking.
Oh, one win. They were so good at the spacing before going up, making sure to only send up the Leshrac, send up all of the damage, making sure that anybody who got close to him got their blinks cancelled, making sure that Natty Narwhal could not do what he did in the follow-through fight there. That was devastating. Really good patience from Narwhal as well to not blow that ult early.
Yeah, it's kind of like they did everything well until.
Yeah. Until you think you've already won, then you break the discipline, and that's precisely what that SF had been waiting for all along. And once again, after an overestimation from one win, Age is in the hands of the Pirates.
You know what the funny part was? No global needed.
No, you're
Still
right.
have it. Still have it.
Still have it in the pocket.
We've just been highlighting how important that spell in this game, and then you win a full-on team wipe without even using it. So that does good for the Pirates.
Especially because making sure that like,
Are scanning.
now it's not like, okay, well, listen, they just want to fight, but at least global is down, so we can just immediately, you know, suicide squad into them.
Yeah, like Otaker's doing it right now when he sees a Tiny. The Leshrac's already blinked away. Almost got the catch on Tiny. Rock throw slightly off the mark. But they are smoking up. With the safety net of that Aegis on the Troll, time to push out some waves, and during that time, maybe catch a one-win hero. Take Munkushi, for example. He's revealed, but hasn't got the Lincolns just quite yet. I think he's got the orb on the courier. Still needs to buy a 600 gold recipe.
Radiant are scanning.
At least it's not the recipe that used to cost. Wasn't like 1325 or
Yes.
something like that? Yeah, the old
It was
Lincoln's recipe
1325.
cost was over double.
And finally Ariel is going for these D wards. I was like, man, you get the Aegis, you back off, and then nobody is taking down these wards that you've known have been there. I was getting a little upset. But of course, Berdanchik needs to be farming.
It is. And of course, if you look at the shop, there's no sentries in stock. They've put every sentry available already on the map. So the shop is showing no observers, no sentries, and nobody's carrying sentries either on the side of 4Pirates. So that one that they
Ariel's
literally
got
just
one
bought on
left.
Tusk. Yeah, that's the one last sentry. So you gotta pick your spots correct. You still want to save one for a fight versus that TA. Talking about TA, there is dust on the Tusk. They got one literal dust on the Tusk. And now the Lincolns is up on TA. This is a huge item.
It's going to be so hard to focus her down now.
Full on gate movement to top. Maybe a Tormentor here for one win.
Once
Doesn't
again,
take too long for the
absolutely
TA to finish it.
no. None reactions whatsoever from 4Pirates, but I think we are currently in the refresher waiting room. 20 more
Far off
gold.
now.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Silencer already sent his courier away from the shop. He's sending it back in, and it's probably gonna die. Tiny sees it coming in.
Radiant's courier
Free
has
toss.
been
There we
killed.
go. Smack that bird. Dead with the Ring of Tarask.
No.
Actually bought it, and it's dead. So okay, 2 minutes without the refresher now.
Yeah, and Odeker was already in a position where you don't really want to be unless you have the global, I don't think. Well, he's still pushing it.
Nobody's coming to challenge. He'll finish it off. They had good positions here. Aerial's kind of like this floating ward. They see in the trees.
Dire's bottom tower
Holding on to
is
the
under
gem.
attack. Radiant's top
Does
tower
have a
is
Roche
under
banner,
attack.
but what they're trying to do right now is just force a reaction. These troll illusions are doing hell of a lot of work on this tower, by the way.
Oh, look at them
Might
go.
not do a lot of damage single target, but they did like 600-700 damage alone on that tower with the help of the initial poke from Odeker himself.
That attack speed is nothing to sneeze at.
Oh, not at all.
Age is timing out in half a minute. I wonder if we're going to see one win. Attempt to...
Go straight for Munkushi. Global silence is there. The Solar Guardian is broken, and SF's BKB burnt. So it's kind of a 50-50 trade here on both sides. They will have another global in a minute, and they'll have the double global in 1.5 minutes.
No, this is
You gotta
definitely
use this
a...
moment.
Yeah, this is definitely a loss for 4Pirates. The global is down, the BKB on the SF is down.
Dire are
You gotta murder somebody right now.
Radiant's
Dawn does have a
And-
refresher as well for that second ulti, so yeah. Gotta find something with this.
Hotoke presented himself as standing right on top of a trap.
Oh, there we go. Trap vision. No wonder they're always afraid to play on the map, because you never know if you're standing on top of vision, and now he just was literally pixel perfect on top of vision. Losing the primal there.
The question is, what are you gonna do with it if you're one win? Currently, they don't have any aggressive vision left that has indeed been taken down by Ariel. And that was a smoke you just used as well, so not really any resources to go for a new placing journey with as well. So it's just it's just sweet and strong. Testing with his face. Are people in here? Do they punch me? No, okay, cool, they're not here.
Dungeon has also been given permission to farm the closest camp to the top lane, because I've just been watching him walking circles around the tier 4 towers and walking between the fountain, waiting for that courier to come back up. And now he's finally allowed to leave the base for a moment to farm these camps, or at least stack them up. This is all he's been doing for a while now. It's just
Yeah, no, his heat map just shows a circle, bottom left.
I wish we had the heat map technology for this one. I'd love to see if it's literally just been base and this top tier 2 camps.
Every time I checked in on him, he's been right there. I don't really see where else you want to go either. The camps around mid are not reliable. Bot, you don't have a tier 2 left. This is by far the safest spot on the map. Like, he is the team's highest priority farmer currently. This is what that looks like. And I really do enjoy it when teams know what's important for them. Yeah, my man's gonna live here until he's got an Octarine.
Yep. Pretty much, yeah. He's not allowed to go anywhere else. The rest of the team is playing bottom. They always cut the wave down in mid. Make sure that that doesn't go too deep in.
Level 5 on the TA, we've got the melt hit bash.
I really gotta save this
All in on
replay
the
and
burst.
show this to all
Sweet
my
as roll.
silencer friends. They gotta know how to play the game. They're not gonna burn it on Aerial's save, as he's blown up already, or Pirates backing
Radiant's
away.
top tower is under attack.
Sweden Strong loves his little arrows. Most people just draw lines, but he wants movement. A
It's always
vector.
always cleaner to understand instead of just drawing a curve. Like, are they meant? Does this mean they're coming to us or we're going to them? Always
This
easier
is-
to look at an arrow and feel confident that okay, my man wants to do this. I'm in on this plan. I'm sold.
Straight crossbow. Look at him. He's still just face checking every single high ground.
Yep.
He knows that if he finds somebody, they should be just as afraid of him as he is of them.
Radiant
Come in touching distance and I'll yeet you into my Leshrac.
Big rune for Lesh. AD picked up. They're so close right now. All
That's
illusions are running past. They spot Sweden Strong. They know about the Tiny. Audiker, the real one, jumps in this time. Of course,
Maybe
under
don't
enemy
throw that one
vision.
on the Lesh.
Under enemy vision, probably not at the spot to be there. But yeah, Lesh has already popped that 80 rune, thinking that there's going to be a harder commit happening.
Not on that troll. It's like hooking in a Tide Hunter. You don't do that to your team.
Yeah, you don't. You simply don't. I did look that one meld bash that TA threw in, but I'm not sure if that crit. I'm pretty sure it did, because Troll lost half of his HP from one single meld crit. That thing really stings. Quick pause called here, 39 minutes in. Has been a bit of a waiting game as both teams are respecting how
Oh.
strong the other part's team fight is, and we're just not burning any of our abilities right now. Mostly just support, hunting, and farming. If you look at the stats from players, Tusk is the one who's responsible of most of these information deaths, 12 in total, which is almost 50% from their team.
Yeah. Listen, the tiny is scary and he's mostly killed whoever he's run into. And of course you've had the Enchantress creeps doing a lot of scouting for the 1-win side as well. And there's no such proxy abilities over on the 4Pirates side. They've really had to commit every single time. They don't get free information like that. And then, important news, by the way, Predanchik is on bot. I repeat, they got enough information out of the fight just there that he's actually dared to try another camp.
Yep. And he's making progress. He's getting closer to the Octarine, step by step, minute by minute. The fun thing is, like, he is level 18. He doesn't really grow any bigger from here in terms of what his levels do or what his talents do.
No, the 15 by far the most important one. It's the minus 20 seconds.
It's only the items that can make this hero stronger at this point, which is Ags, the Refresher, the Octarine.
Had to sweat a little there as well. The Leshrac showing up on the wave.
You see SF in mid, but he blinks away before Kasane and SSS get the chance to jump him. And they're waiting for Roche to spawn, 25 seconds. And remember again, TA in it on the
Sweet and
Dire
strong?
side, they will know when it's up. And they know it's going to be a daytime Roshan. So at this point, wards should be flying down. They claim this area. TA should just start spamming those traps around.
Now, it was really cool to see that up until the very last second of the night, Sweden Strong was angling to find somebody who came in to defend that bot wave. And
Roche is
until the
coming up
very
now.
last second, Predanchik stayed back. Saved his life there.
I don't know if they saw Roshan spawn with that troll illusion in the pit. Was anybody looking?
I was not.
Because that illusion expired 2 seconds after Roche spawned, so there's a chance that they missed it. But if they know, this is when you start to suggest it. Alright, Troll will lose that shield rune, so that's already a big win with just a simple Yule's usage. And they hit the SF in the back. Munkushi is right there with the Melt Strike, and SF disappears for a moment, but Munkushi got the kill, and they dropped the Roche banner in the fight! That's not gonna keep your heroes immortal! 4Pirates will lose their 4 heroes, their global silence once, and the Roche banner is purely cosmetic. Well, I wouldn't say purely.
Stunning.
It does act as a ward. It does give you 1200 AoE in all directions. I like that idea that you're planting it for quick vision, but you lost that fight, hands down.
Pants down even. They walked in a single file into the river.
Radiant's middle tower
With Troll first, Primal second, SF bringing up the rear. And the Tiny just was watching them file past. He could pick out whichever one he liked, and he damn right he liked the SF the most.
Radiant structures
You're still
are
using
fortified.
Perduncic's ulti just to counter the Solar Guardian, but I almost feel like could it have been possible to use the first one just to interrupt the Tiny? Or even the TA. They've used their BKBs for the Purge, but right now they just didn't even get the chance to fight this at all. Very one-sided battle. And that will cost them the Roshan, cost them a lane of Rax, maybe even a second lane of Rax as Autaker's still down for 10 seconds. They got the Hex on the Primal. Sweden Strong's coming his way. Otoke, BKB, not forced yet. Another toss. The OD staff saves him from that. But BKB after. There's going to be a secondary engagement, but still damage is being dealt to the buildings. Now they've got a second lane completely for free. And one win now, 27,000 gold ahead. Got one global.
And the smoke. Some illusion scouting. Know exactly where the entirety is.
Autaker can't quite hit his 25 from this Wisdom Rune. Or Wisdom Shrine, even.
Oh man.
Getting pincered. Kushi willing to play aggressive. Meanwhile, the Dawnbreaker is found. Comes straight for the rescue. OD staffs and snowballs placed down. Munkushi will keep Hotoke away. Autaker gets to work. He'll dodge some of those hits. Meanwhile, the Shadow Fiend is all by himself, and Squadex will take this one. Verdanchik with the global. It's too late for that. And they'll clean up another. 4Pirates are, I think they're pretty much done at this point.
Once you get to this point in the game, like your one hope, your out, is that refresher on the Shadow Fiend. He's got the refresher Ag's ult, and hasn't gotten to use it. It's sitting there clean and pristine in his inventory. He's died twice since getting
the
it.
win probability graph jumped from 43% to 9 inside these two fights. That is a very rapid dip.
Yeah, but very much warranted. It's been
Very much warranted indeed. Autaker's still going to have one more try in him. Tries to force out Squadex, but the Solar Guardian is out. He's already used his Battle Trance, and he's just not doing any damage to the Slash anymore. 40 armor on the hero. Tier 4 down. Autaker buys back for one more try. Dodge some of those hits, but the buildings are falling, and the Ancient is exposed.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
There's one global up. He's going to have to use the refresher for it, but hey, they just called GG well played. And that fight, or at least the two previous fights, sealed their fates. And one win team will take game one.
And man, you gotta think about whether or not, as 4Pirates, you could have done something more with.
The electromagnetic repulsion can be activated manually, can be cast on allies, and deals damage to enemies equal to 10% of Disruptor's current health. You never see this facet. So there was a chance he might have locked it in, but yeah, he went for the Thunderstrike.
It's a really.
It's just so good. Like, Thunderstorm's so good compared to all the other facets. I think we're so deep into these patches these days that a lot of heroes only have one facet that exists.
Yeah, I mean, I would like kinetic fence to be a thing, but you gotta invest so much time into learning how to play with it proper.
It works
And
against some
it's hard
heroes.
to say if it's.
It works when you're playing against a Darkseer. because you block his surge. You have 2 charges,
Go the
right?
long way around. Yep.
Autocurrent Berdanchik, gotta be careful here. There's a bristle snap heading their way. Smoke's already popped. Okay, they got the info. Should be able to get out now.
You simply do not want to be fighting a bristleback at this point in the game.
Unless you have the bigger numbers, but just as 2,
Yeah.
that's a no-go. One cool thing about Dazzle Troll is Troll has an extended battle trance, basically, because of the Grave existing.
Now this might work out though with the Poison Touch. That's a solid trade.
Of course, the TP on the Troll. Still being provided with some extra tangos to get his lane underway. Still a chase between the supports. Berdanchik and Sweden Strong playing something completely different than the laning stage. A while to get back in. Dazzle doesn't really fare well in this matchup here. Of course, if you get the Poison Touch early, and you get to keep that dot up and running, there's a chance you win. But Snap already has higher damage, higher HP, and during that time of Dazzle's low right-click damage, you get another set of Lil
Hey, she's
Shredders,
really
and then you
only
realize
limited by her range, yeah.
And that. The Lil Shredder is really what messes you up. It's pretty hard to battle these Snap level 1s these days, because we had like a meta where Scatter Blast is the one and only spell you always go for. But now that we see Lil Shredder, it's great on a pause 4 Snap because you can snipe couriers, you can deward really quickly, you can harass your opponents. And because
It's
the
a great
cooldown
value
is
point.
a great value point, like 24-second cooldown ability, so that means that you're getting quite a lot of that mana back by the time your next Lil Shredder is up. So you have a pretty good uptime in the laning stage with that ability.
Roughly once per wave. And now Triple S has pulled himself a wave to make sure that he does not have to go up versus the Troll, who of course, I mean, not the laner that he used to be, but still, in general, one of the more fearsome laners to go up in Dota 2. Especially as a slow melee hero.
So far, mid DK slightly ahead of the puck. Not much to update on this lane matchup here. Just 11 to 7.
And then in bot, level 2 Dawnbreaker. Here we go.
I mean, to try. There's a good glimpse there from Kasane, though. We'll have to do so nice and cozy. Losing the flag bear to the hell bear is a bit annoying, and the other one gets the range creep gets denied too.
Yep. Now, any time that Glimpse is on cooldown, they gotta play a little bit more safely here, just because this Dawnbreaker can absolutely ruin their day.
Not sure if you remember. I think this was like maybe a year and a half back, maybe even 2 years back. There was the option as a Medusa to build a double boots Medusa, where you have mana boots and power treads, both together. It doesn't really work today, but there was like a small moment in pub meta where it's like some Medusa players just wanted to get at least the mana boots and then kind of use that Agi power treads as a replacement for another stat item, like, well, not necessarily like Dragonlance, you don't really build it on that hero, but like for early stats.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just watching Squadix here, getting the most mileage out of his innate as possible. Just getting these tower shots aggroed and then dodging them in order to get the regen out of the puckish. Doing his darndest to sustain versus Nadine Narwhal.
Yeah. It's smart to do that. Try to maximize it, and sometimes you also put yourself in very
It goes again.
precarious positions as well because of it. Because also remember one pub game where we were playing like a much higher ranked player in an unranked match because we had like these ex-pro players going up against us, and we are like, all right, well, I guess we need to really sweat this game if we want to win, because this puck is like 13 minutes in front of our tier 3 tower hunting kills, and he's using puckish while poking at the same time, and it's so annoying because he's just zipping and zapping, disappearing. He's regenerating faster than we're trading back damage at him because he had pretty much maxed out the phase shift. So 6.5 seconds, he always gets that extra injection of 2% extra health and mana. It's just super frustrating to play against. But talking about frustration, Toke cannot quite go for the tower dive here without a creep wave, otherwise Munkushi would have been defenseless. Kasane, however, will get the first blood off of Ariel's Hoodwink.
A very good score for the Medusa lane here, and in general, she's, as long as she can get her mana back now. Unfortunately, the enemy lane doesn't spam spells all that much, so that one not doing too much work for her. But as soon as you get the level 2 in the Missing Snake up, you're generally happy as on top.
Yep, they brought Ariel for this one. Dunchik needs to keep his distance on this Bristleback. 6 stacks of Quill Spray on Audiker, maxed out. Huge amounts of burst there onto the Troll and the Dazzle. They can't quite kill the Bristle.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
he's just going to ferry some tangos back in and come right on back to the lane. At least they have Pedanchik to fuel up on the other side as well, but this is...
Oh, Bach needs this rune. He didn't get the orb out in time. He's prioritizing the range creep getting denied. But yeah, he's going to find himself an AD.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Very nice. And the
Strong
question... Yeah, pretty strong rune. Not sure if they can actually touch Nadi Narwhal with that. And he, in fact...
Maybe Audiker, he's still level 4 on the Troll top, so he sees an opening to go in. Eddie Narwhal, meanwhile, just deciding, well, he's got an AD rune, and there's probably a support down in mid, so I'm going to leave the lane for now.
Yeah, from that side camp, see if you get any opportunities, like right here, presenting themselves.
Oh, we're bringing in the numbers here. 3 versus 3 for now. Puck's coming in from the river. Sweden Strong lives for the time being. Audiker's already running away. And there we go. 80 activated. Natty Narwhal left to his devices all by himself. Puck will close out a kill on him. Meanwhile, Ariel did find Sweden Strong. And the Shrine of Wisdom does go in the way of the 4 Pirates. So double XP traded for their mid laner.
A little bit of an overchase there once again. Unfortunately, but this is... Squadix is so happy with this. He didn't even have to lane. You just wait until the DK feels pressure to do something. Mop up the kill. Didn't even have to go to another lane as well. It feels so garbage if you don't have at least a haste rune to rotate as a mid laner into a side lane. You want people to be overextended before you go.
And you can do some serious damage on this tower as well with the AD. Already hitting 400. Sane. They can kill Natty Narwhal. I don't think they can. The AD just ran out on the puck. That could have been a DK without a teleport for a while, but look at the supports rotating him. There's a cookie save from that bushwhack. Sweden Strong is going to release Kasane from the bolas.
And everybody's standing guard here now.
It truly is a laning stage of the mid laners, because all the supports are just playing mid. We've gone into a 3v3.
There is also level 6 on the Dawn.
Tri-lane middays. Oh, the support's left, and now DK's all by himself. I don't know how they got the info on it, but they read it pretty well. But Toke brought in with the Solar Guardian, and now they got 4 heroes down in mid. At least they prevent the DK from dying, but they're not killing anybody either.
They're not killing anybody, there's no catapult wave coming. There's much ado about nothing, but at the same time, Natty Narwhal was at risk of going down again there.
Sure was, yeah. They made the tri-lane into a quad lane now.
Well, Hotoke has gone back to the bot lane. And it feels almost like there's nothing to do for the supports on the side lane, really. Everybody's like, yeah, but just let my core get the levels, let my core get the farm, I'll do something else elsewhere. But there's also... there are some stack farmers here, especially the Bristle is going to get a juicy ancient stack here going. On the Dire side, no such option and no such farmer.
I mean, he kind of needs this, because what I'm looking at so far, SSS isn't getting to fully dominate top lane where he can just pull the creep wave into a camp, farm that way, get some tower damage going. Because there's always the threat that this troll might just root you, and then Solar Guardian on top, and bring in the numbers to just take down the Bristle back. He can't really afford to die at this point, but SSS definitely feeling a bit threatened that he cannot play a free farm lane.
No, he cannot. Like, the perseverance for the extra region as well, still not enough to actually keep him in that lane. We're going to go for the Amar style early Lotus Orb here.
Go for the straight up nuke here. Troll still has Battle Trance and a Lotus. There's the root on the Puck. And Puck is in massive trouble. Autaker survives, getting a bit of extra poke on SSS as well. Can they kill him too? Sweet and Strong is dead. That's 2 heroes down on 1 win and a 3rd to follow. As Hoodwink hits his level 6. Thanks to those double wisdoms they picked up earlier. And now a lot of core kills going their way. 4Pirates can translate this into a bit of a push of their own in the top lane too.
You can see as soon as that coil drops that they don't really want to be there anymore. Puck's like, yeah, we don't have the damage to even force him to pop ult right now. Never mind actually the sustain to bring him down after.
They can trade aerial here down the mid T1 tower, but yeah, the one thing Puck really hates is actually the root. So if I remember correct, I might be wrong on this, but you can't phase shift if you're rooted.
No, you cannot.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Doesn't
No,
really
you gotta-
read on the tooltip itself, but I think that's one of those interactions where Troll is actually good against the Puck. You get the root off.
Yep. And that should be the if, right? That is your job as the Puck to just make sure that anything that could possibly have as an effect to root you should not hit you.
So level 6s are up on everybody. We've got ultis available for the 12-minute rune fight. And Squadix will just be on the right side to secure an invis for himself. No battle to begin. At the same time, Battle Fury is almost done on the Troll. It's just a recipe short. So Autaker's onto a pretty good timing here with the Troll. That top fight, where he didn't die, gave him a very nice injection of money.
Very necessary too, because otherwise all of the attention in this game is once again mid and on the one win offlane. And nowhere near Munkushi, who's having just as free of a time as he was previously. Takes down the wave with ease and immediately disappears off the map again. He's got a lot of damage done on the tier 1 tower bot as well. And they just haven't had any time to even look down here yet on 4Pirates. Yeah, might start chasing now that you have the blink on the DK though. That is the kind of item that you can use to put pressure on that bot lane with.
You would like to take the map away from Munkushi at least. Considering all of your tier 1 towers are still standing, there's a bit of a push issue on One Wind's lineup. Until they maybe get to their next items. SSS he actually doesn't have the courier flying anything to him. He's just picked up Perseverance.
And he's not even going for the immediate Lotus here. Okay.
Yeah, the Amara build would be Power Tread's Lotus into Lincoln's.
I mean, big fan of the Lotus there. It's such a high utility item, but perhaps in this game particularly, not a lot of use for the active. Even though I think the armor versus the cores that you're up against, absolutely great.
Yeah, the Lotus stats are really good in itself. Oh, Aerial. Gonna get surprised, but so is the Puck. Static Storm is placed there as a safety net there for the Squadix Puck to get away. Munkushi also running in. Autaker's gonna get sent back with the Glimpse. There's a chance for One Win to actually win this fight now, so Troll has only got the option to start pushing that T1 tower. There's a bristle there though, but this bottom fight still in a bit of a stalemate. Natty and Arwol taking some nasty pokes down to 800. They got the tower out of the way. That's the first tower for one win. 4Pirates can only watch and stare. They did burn they did burn 3 of their ultis.
Yep, and Ariel did at the very least hold the Wisdom Shrine there, so not a double whammy. Just a single loss. And in the meantime, Triple S has been doing good damage into this tower. Otakar at this point definitely does not have enough damage to keep this man out of his lane any longer.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's got a nice amount of regen going. Bracer, Null, Perseverance.
Really great slot efficiency. All of it
Otakar shows in
full
the
of
lane.
stats.
Kasane needs 15 seconds for a Static Storm, but 4Pirates already charging in, seeing an opportunity. Bushwhack will get the Snapfire. SSS is going to be moved away with the safety of that cookie. And he'll have the chance to get the Bristle back out of safety, only get the Snapfire for this.
That was a really fast cookie. He was ready for them to get gone on there.
Radiant's top tower
First
Didn't
instinct.
stop to think twice.
Yeah. Just get down, Mr. President.
Trick you.
Man.
Swedenstrong having to play the sacrificial lamp. He's already died 4 times out of the 6 kills.
I mean, he's going to be just fine with that. They got all 3 cores through the lane really fine. The DK lagging behind a little bit here, honestly. Puck very close to the Blink Dagger now as well, and of course Munkushi completely unopposed still.
Dire's middle tower
He's only gotten fatter since the last time we looked at him, and he's now taking the enemy triangle. There's some ancients stacked here, very nice.
Yeah, that's not a good take for 4Pirates losing this just like that. Or the Medusa. Thinking, why are they not defending this mid tower? They're hesitant to keep themselves on the full-on push. So they're going to realize that, yeah, all those ancients we stacked for that Battlefield Troll, well, they're kind of gone. And now they find SSS. He's broken, and he'll die as a result of that.
Great one,
Say
too.
that's
for
an okay pick-off, but at the cost that it's coming, it's still not good enough.
Well, I do think this enables them to take the mid tower now as well. You can't hold positioning here on the Radiant side, so this absolutely makes it worth it. Equaling up on the mid tower after you've lost yours early, strategically super important. Otherwise, you have this pressure
Four
point
heroes.
poking into the middle.
Four
Yeah,
heroes
well,
chasing Snapfire.
They were there already.
Oh, he got the courier,
Just the
the
courier.
Dunchik. So he'll get something for this trade. Finally goes down to the dot damage. The poison finishes off Granny and Mortimer.
Quite incredible. Surely you micro your courier out of the way there, right? Well, no matter. Alright, squad has got the blink. And then what is Hotoke? Yeah, already got the Aghanim Scepter finished. That's probably going to make the Puck think twice about actually using that to hard commit for kills for us. Is you just don't feel safe in a game with the Dawnbreaker like that. I hesitate to call this a farming blink, but
Yeah. And now we'll get to see what the impact of that Axe is going to be versus this Disruptor. At least early on, because the healing pulses are going to be higher than the DPS Static Storm is going to be bringing in. So you can keep your allies safe, but if it's only being used after, it's quite a long time to wait for that effect to end.
let's see if how much he respects the possibility of getting Glimpse back out as well. I mean, his BKB is 1/3 finished now. If we don't see any action, Hotoke is just going to get there. We might never get the full answer at all.
At least Dazzle is a hero to build a Holy Locket on, so that will amplify their extra sustain. Don't get to see a whole lot of Holy Lockets these days. Like, the ones we do see are being picked up by mid-storm spirits.
Chen from time to time, it's rare.
It's rare, yeah. Even a mid-storm spirit picks it up more often. So it's a nice change that Holy Locket at least is being picked up by somebody. I am waiting for a buff on this item, or change the formulas behind heal amp. Maybe then we end up in a meta where everybody's just picking healer heroes, so that might have some very drastic changes if those formulas are buffed.
Yeah,
Or maybe just the item instead.
it does need a heal a buff because it's not even being picked up on the kinds of heroes that it's built for.
Yep,
But
yep.
on the other hand, you can see by as we
Get this puck.
pull dropped.
Doesn't look like it. There's the Grave save on Aerial. Munkushi takes the front. Static Storm will lock in Natty Narwhal. And there's the Solar Guardian healing up the DK. Quite massive pumping coming in from both the Dazzle and the Dawnbreaker. And now Munkushi. This does have a 900 Creator Healing Lotus on him, so this fight could still last for a while, but the puck ends up in the wrong position, gets caught by Aerial, and Ottaker finishes off the puck. They're going to call it a retreat. I can quite go in OneWin's favor. That's the sustain is currently higher than...
Yeah.
I mean, the sustain heal is currently higher than the sustained damage on OneWin.
The fact that you get your Hoodwink caught first there and you still come out as the winner of the fight is a pretty dire sign for OneWin. That is not where you want to be. On the other hand, of course, the confidence coming out from the Medusa right now, if you're not stuck in that river, but perhaps you can come in from the side, that would look a lot better, but unfortunately the puck dies first. Medusa with the full butterfly finish now as well, and there's not going to be any MKB available on the dire side for quite a while yet.
Yep. Did you notice, by the way, when we're talking about that Dazzle Holy Locket, him picking up the shard from the Tormentor means an extra 20% heal amp. So this brings the Holy Locket to its original 35% it used to have. It's been nerfed twice since then.
Yeah, and the point that I was going to make about that, right? Otherwise you get the problem that we have with the Helm of the Dominator, that if you see, oh, this item is underbought, I'm going to buff it, then you got to be very careful. That's not just, oh, it's not being picked up by literally everybody right now. That's why it's bad.
That is true. SSS will be spotted here. Sharpshooter will apply the break, and the Solar Guardian on top. They'll finish off SSS with a clean sweep. But a bit more time is still needed. Dusa is still popping net worth here, so Munkushi having the Disperser queued up next. I do wonder if Ottaker is going to consider that same item in this game to pick up a late game Disperser for himself. You're going to need some kinds. You're going to need sources of mana burn on this Dusa.
Yes, absolutely. And this takedown is also very important. What you want is you want to leverage the Dusa at static objectives. But the tier 2 is not quite that goal yet. And find on the side of the Roche here as well.
Yep.
Kasane
slightly too deep there. Natty Narwhal's going to get the finalizer in. Ottaker finishes the Aegis off of Roshan for himself.
And not having a Roshan or an Aegis available to that Medusa. Yeah, split, push, puck, and he's going in for the Lincoln Sphere first as well. That is... I was hoping that he wouldn't have to this game, but with the instant blink stun available from the DK, I see why you might. Possibility of that Hex, as we've seen before from the Poison Touch as well.
Yeah, I do like the Lincoln's pickup on the puck. Fairly
I mean,
solid item, not only for just base stats on top of the actual effect of the item. And the way that
It's
he's playing.
necessary, but it delays his transitioning into this this uncatchable damage monster by quite a lot.
That's why we brought a Medusa.
It's absolutely on Munkushi now.
Also have that level 3 ulti, and maybe during the next team fight if somebody dies. Only needs 111 XP. Get that third point on Stone Gaze. 4Pirates nearby. Not sure if they saw those troll illusions. Hopefully they don't fall for this bait. Yeah, there we go. The smoke doesn't pop. Doesn't pop on this one either. Now they spot the real one.
This one's real.
And Munkushi will take the fight to Ottaker. Try to force his
the backline's
ulti off
already
right
engaged.
away. This time, Munkushi doesn't have the big flower available. Static Storm is a bit of a waste. Kasana is being hunted down on the backline by Hotoke, and Munkushi is in trouble. This Medusa is about to fall, and she is gone. This is just a clean battle coming out from 4Pirates. As they take 3, they don't lose a single hero, and Bristleback will be found as well. Followed up with a DK stun. Use that Lotus to some effect, but now the Perdanchik is also coming in. Final slow. Hotoke is even body blocking the Bristle, taking them on a bit of a circle walk, but that is going to be 4 heroes down, and they just increased their net worth lead from 5k to 10k in one quick go.
A beautiful go on the deadline, the backline there. You just ignore the Medusa, work around her. I am not exactly sure what kind of plays they have left in the tank, because clearly the damage is not enough to out-heal everything that's being pumped out by the Solar Guardian, by the Dazzle as well, and your pickoff potential isn't there either. You don't have the burst damage for that. You were supposed to be the sustained damage dealers with the Medusa, with the Bristle. And you cannot stand your ground.
Yeah, this game is starting to look fairly over. I mean, that was the big fight. That was Medusa with a fresh diffusal and the butterfly in his inventory with a Manta style. Munkushi hit all the timings, but because there's nobody to keep this Medusa alive compared to the other end, where they have the Solar Guardians and the Holy Locket Dazzles. A lot of crowd control nearby too to prevent Medusa from just bringing in the damage. But then again, that fight was super messy. Like that Static Storm placement was pretty awful. You didn't get to use Mortimer's Kisses to great effect. And of course, Puck with the Lincolns, you got 2k HP and a Witchblade. But who are you hitting at this moment when everybody's just chasing a one-win hero all over the place? So that was super chaotic. Maybe there's still a chance if they get a much more clustered team fight for one win.
Yeah, especially with Medusa not having to walk back into the center like that, but right now I'm just not sure you have the damage to take a full-on fight like that, but you also don't have the tools to go for any pickoffs, so now again they've just invaded your triangle once more.
That's it. Talk about a pickoff, that's a pretty big one. Trying to get the Cookie 7, Munkushi getting body blocked by SSF there for a moment, but it doesn't matter too much.
Fight uphill.
Medusa does get out from that range, and now that Greater Healing Lotus is once again in her inventory, and this fight's looking a lot better now. It's much more even. Munkushi didn't die right away on the get-go. They get a chance to slow down 4Pirates without losing a hero. They are actually the ones to call the retreat.
That was risky, risky business. Fighting uphill like that. I think the saving grace especially is that Triple S survived for quite a while there, got a bunch of quill stacks off, and made it really hard for the troll to justify continuing forward. That grave there, just as insurance that he didn't go down to the quill sprays.
Yeah, and also the fact that that Monkey King bar is still in the works for Otaker. Him missing a couple times there means that the Medusa is guaranteed to live. So maybe a bit hasty on the attempt to fight there. I guess you just want to press the advantage because we just beat them so cleanly. They only have 3 kills. We don't really worry about them too much. But just finishing that Monkey King bar wasn't going to require too much from him to get it done, because at the moment he's only 500 gold short. He probably would have had it if they didn't take that battle. So you got to respect that butterfly.
Well, previous disrespect worked out pretty well. Natty, normal, no, just TP out in front of Sweden Strong. Doesn't matter.
I think they're more interested in the puck. Ariel's already on the hunt with a haste rune. Finds the right place to be in as well. And that Glimmer Cape runs out perfectly as Ariel arrives. 600 damage already dealt. Lincoln is broke. Natty Narble doesn't get the blink stun off. I like his positioning in the deep forest so that he doesn't see him. Puck still manages to slip away.
It's going to get the shard up decently soon, but actually has to think about buyback at this point in the game now as well.
Very true. You can't afford to be greedy if you're putting your faith in Munkushi.
If you're losing your last outer tower here, completely unable to put up any opposition whatsoever. Now you're going to get sieged by DK Troll.
Nice guess there by Ariel, throwing a blind bushwhack on the high ground to catch two. I mean, it did actually place a ward down there in the base, but still trying to surprise people by catching them with a bushwhack. Sweet and Strong has just sold himself. But he's cutting waves, so we'll give this one away.
I like the way you put that. He's absolutely sold himself. He's sold himself for a creep wave or two. And at this point in the game, that is a valid trade.
Yep, 7 times now.
I mean, maybe some of those earlier ones were a little rougher. Ariel's still hunting Squadix.
I've really liked Ariel as a pause 4 player. I feel like he's definitely ready for the role against some of these tougher teams. Making a name for himself if you think about impact pause 4 players in qualifiers.
Look at that attack speed. Doesn't matter that there's no creeps on bot. Creeps went in through mid. Backdoor's off.
Would like to battle this troll, but not to very strong effect.
How are you gonna keep him there? BKBs on everybody. All of the controllers you have is the puck coil currently. And there's not even an Aghanims in the work for the Disruptor. It's a dream of a dream.
Smelling an opportunity to go onto the Medusa. And Audiker with a fresh MKB. Trying to get to work. Getting zoned out for now. Mukushi will survive. Sweet and Strong saves him there. More staff to safety. Natty Narble throws in the stun on the Medusa again. Mukushi feeling like maybe now's an opportunity to trade back with some damage, but that Organ's Grasp, that's not catching anything.
He's getting fed mangoes from the side just to get that mana pool up.
Oh yeah. Happy they are. It's just a thing that they have 4 mangoes in the shop. They could buy them out, and someone could always be feeding mangoes to her. At the moment, like, people are doing it for the lotuses. The sharing lotuses on multiple players, and not all of them on Medusa, because then there would still be like a cooldown on the hero that's using them. But if you have multiple instances of lotuses on separate heroes, they don't share the cooldown, so you can keep feeding her with them. So why not add some mangoes into the mix? Kasana's got an empty inventory slot. Snapfire could swap that circlet out of his inventory for some mangoes. Be down for that.
Comms aren't busy enough yet. Okay. Puck actually straight up skipped the shard. Full on in for the Parasma. Guys, we need damage. Here we go.
Solid plan. Win a team fight, go for Tormentor after.
Yeah.
Right behind that plan.
Let's see if you roll lucky. Roshan currently.
Oh, that's a gem courier.
Yeah. That's just lying there.
Squadix picks up a free gem, did he? Is it still on? No, it's
drops still in
from
the pit.
courier. Yeah, it's on the puck.
But that's just their own, isn't it?
Because I can't see it on the courier display. Gem is anywhere. Meanwhile, Natty Narble already takes initiative into his own hands. The Disruptor did get the ulti off, but dies at the same time. Comes in with the buyback. SSS is forced away, but they are almost blowing up the Dazzle. Snapfire ulti right on top. Granny trying to run away from Audiker, but he's down too. 3 buybacks already, and Mukushi is isolated. Still has 1 Lotus to work with. We'll pop it now, but there's just not enough damage on this Dusa anymore. Against these 3, she cannot withstand that much damage, and she is out. Squadix will target Audiker, hoping that's going to be enough with the gem, and it will be. Oh, they will take him and Hotoke.
There's the
Breaker
puck.
to fall, but that is coming at such a heavy cost. This Roshan must go for 1 win, or this game might just be in peril.
There, finally, the DPS from the late game puck coming in. But hey, would you look at that? There was still a gem on the ground in the pit.
It was in the pit? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was telling you.
But I couldn't find it anywhere. Because I was thinking like they were just pinging like at this location here on the left. But
Yeah, no, it was there. Maybe your client didn't show it or something like that. It was on my screen the entire time at any rate.
I couldn't see it anywhere.
Dota letting us down.
Gem secured. Roshan secured. Aegis for Squadex.
Yeah,
Puck
That'll,
didn't at least buy back, so he still has it.
he's got the buyback, he's got the shard now, halfway towards an Octarine just from that 1-1 fight. And now, finally, with that Linken's in your pocket, he needs to be a main target. They were so over-focused, all three of the enemy side, laying into the Medusa for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, willing her down. You know she's got that Lotus in her inventory. You know it's going to take a while, and you're just letting Squadex do whatever he wants on the backlines in the meantime. I don't think he can afford to do that a second time. There.
Well, another shard in the other way.
Yeah, no, I love how active they get about the Lotuses because there's a Medusa in their game. As yeah, finally, I got that shard on the troll.
It's one of the most important objectives in this game. It's just not getting highlighted a lot. Is the Lotus pools and picking up those flowers, whether it be late game or most importantly here in this mid game phase of Dota. Because they do get upgraded. I think it was at the 30 or the 40-minute mark when they only require 2 to make it bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And at 60 minutes, you just start getting these big flowers over and over.
And the fact that it's burst heal, it throws off all of the calculations. It makes it easier to bait.
The only downside here we see with one win is the fact that they don't have a lot of auras to help out this Medusa or their other heroes either. Cancel that teleport? Yes, they can just in time. They even used the Mortimer's Kisses for it. They weren't sure if the Gorgon's Grasp animation is going to hit in time.
And there has just been a Hex purchased on Hotoke. He is stacked, and this is one of those threats towards the puck that is really necessary if they want to keep their grasp on this game. Pop that Linken's, hex him up.
Is under attack.
I think it is a fair assessment talking about late game scaling, the fact that this, how well the puck plays in late game these days. The Axe Disruptor avenue that is also coming up next. So it's gonna give you a lot of these extra tools to battle against this 4Pirates lineup. Like, think about the fact that if they want to blow up the Medusa, see her alone somewhere, or even the puck, and that Static Storm with Ags, just, I was like, boys, can't get our BKBs off, what's happening? It's like, small mishap plays, and suddenly Radiant has this game fully in their hands.
It's entirely possible. I mean, the Axe is only about halfway right now, but if they ever lose another fight on 4Pirates, the Agnes is going to be finished.
Yeah. Static Storm farming in the jungle. Gotta get that Ags.
You gotta love it. And he's... Kasane. We've seen a
He's an
silencer here before.
Yeah, I mean, he's an old core player, right? So he understands the farming patterns. If something needs
meantime,
doing,
his
then
team-
it's time for you to tell your cores that, nope, this is my way. At least he doesn't have to play in his base, unlike the silencer.
I mean, he also doesn't get to. He's needed for the fights.
Yep, absolutely.
form?
Alright, SSS is gonna get jumped on early. Don't have that Static Storm now because it was used for farming. He's gonna be okay with the initial engagement. Makushi will get in position. Natty Narvel's already soaking up hits. They do have a Solar Guardian available, and Puck's gonna be in trouble at the backline as well. They pop the Linkens. He does have that Aegis though, but he wants to maximize damage right now. Gets hit by the follow-up Solar Guardian, and he doesn't get off the Shapeshift. Dunchik also gets out with 200 HP. Autiker's BKB is already burnt. Glimpse back, but the OD stab, it won't work. It will not work against the Glimpse. And Autiker is brought into that freshly brought up Static Storm. I'm also thinking 4Pirates are wondering, why is Disruptor not pressing the R button? He didn't know it wasn't available.
Shh. Like, listen, if we don't tell him, nobody knows.
Nobody
They
knows
made a really...
indeed.
And they made the adaptation in their shot calling there, right? The puck goes on their back line, they immediately shift all gears to trying to bring him down, but this time with the Aegis, it means that all of their BKBs are gone. It means that the Medusa gets to walk back up that high ground. So many quill stacks built up as well. Like,
Wait
Triple
for it,
S now fully
SSS.
surviving.
You gotta get out of here, SSS. You don't want to stay under enemy vision. There's 3 heroes willing and
He's
waiting to kill you, and there's nobody
so
nearby.
alone.
He has no idea. He has no idea what's about to hit him. Why is there suddenly 4 enemies on their side of the jungle? What is this? Didn't get the memo?
That's a little sus.
Not just a little. I mean, you cannot get into the heat of the moment of what a 5K player would say, like after winning a team fight and spreading out on the map, and suddenly everyone's respawned and they're like, oh, they're actually alive.
I mean, there wasn't even a moment anymore, right? The moment was a minute ago.
You lose track of time when you're playing it.
Yeah, guess so. All right. Puck level 25. Dream Coil pierces immunity. Kasane.
Funny thing is, that was
Agonyms.
a dieback, so Bristle's actually gone for 60 seconds. Yeah, there's items coming up. Yeah, that Agonyms you mentioned. And if that Aeon disc is going to get... I don't know if Puck wants to buy it right away. Does he? Oh, yeah, he actually has the boosters on the courier, so yeah, he could. Can't afford to buy back anyway, so might as well just buy it right on the get-go.
Buy it out. Here comes the
Just
assault. Here's a
assemble
jump.
it when you need it. Yusa, only a bit of poke coming in for now,
Look
and that
at the
Aghanim
damage.
is tearing them apart. They've almost lost the troll completely. He survived somehow with the Grave and the Glimmer Cape, but the DK is not in such a good position either. Squadix is battling it out. He'll save that Aeon Disc for the final moments when Kushi cleans up the double, and that is an item shock value right there. Kasane, Ag, Static Storm, and suddenly 4Pirates are just bamboozled about what just hit them.
And it arrived only in the nick of time. That could not have been closer. You think you get to exploit the buyback being already used, and instead 2 more heroes lost. And we're at the reset. The gold differential has now shifted. The Ag's up for Disruptor. He is halfway towards that blink already. Once he's got that, I don't think you ever catch him off guard before the fight anymore.
Yep, and I think it might just be Kasane going in first at that point. That actually allows you to play aggressive and do it before waiting for BKBs. You just go straight in.
Listen, if
Puck, you
you
can
see
definitely
that
do
Troll
it.
Warlord, yeah.
Aggressive smoke up. Right behind Triple S.
Playing good bait like he has all game.
Are scanning.
Still has an 8-second BKB in his inventory too. He's only used it once.
I mean, it's been a while since we've seen him take a lot of damage. Usually gets to about half, and then by that point the Medusa is turning the fight.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Squad's gonna get the work. Coil on the sideline, catches Aerial. They're trying to predict the movements of the Hoodwink, and with no longer a gem on the puck, they actually get quite a lot of those connections. And that glimpse is gonna bring him straight back into the arms of Wonderwin after that Grave runs out. That is a Hoodwink gone. 60 seconds
So it's about
out. They've got 3
Squadix.
buybacks at least.
Squadix, please. I mean, he's got the Aeon disc.
Dire's bottom tower.
He's pretty safe,
Dire's structure.
but that's a puck that's feeling himself now.
Oh yeah, he knows his limits. Plus he has the Aeon disc, right? So as long as you have an orb or a blink off cooldown, you always have a way out.
Buyback forced.
But you are right. He's definitely got this good momentum vibe going on that this game has finally turned in Medusa's favor. And Otacrit did go for that late game disperser. I was considering that it will probably do him good to pick it up. He just needs that refresher last item. So Illusion's running down mid. Aerial's gonna realize they're not the real deal. All this chasing
Are scanning.
not lead into anything. There's even Puck Illusions from an Illusion rune. Can you use one of them as a bait? They're pinging it down mid.
Scan hits, but if they walk up the high ground right here, then the one they're gonna find is Squadix, and you're not getting him.
Roshan will
No
also
way he
move
does.
in 35 seconds. Spot him at the pit. They see the orb flying in. And Natty and Arbol getting in position. Munkushi walks to the low ground. There's a chance to get surprised. SSS don't get the info. Static Storm is already zoning out Otaker, but their damage dealers are not focusing on him. They're focusing on the rest of the squad right now. And they will get a beautiful Solar Guardian. But they're not killing them in time. Kasani and Swindestroke finally going down. Aerial will be falling as well. And 2 buybacks from the supports. And SSS just turns his back on Otaker. They will lose his life. 3 buybacks
Triple
coming in,
buyback.
and they have at least the majority of numbers around, and Otaker will drop. Troll gone for 100. And it
And now
doesn't
you
look like they're
chase
going to
them all
catch
out.
anybody else, because they all get back out.
Now we're gonna see what they prioritize. Surely it can't be Roche. You bought back with too many heroes. You need to get a creep wave into the base stat, and you need to start taking buildings.
Yeah, if it was a Medusa or a Puck who bought back, I'd get them going straight for Roche to secure that Aegis to protect. But at the same time, Hotoke is just dying to these dots. There's too much damage on him. Medusa wasn't even there.
4Pirates still have buybacks to burn though.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
One win. Hard pressed now to try and end right here, right now.
Alright, they're gonna go make the choice onto the tier 4s. No Solar Guardian for 10 seconds. That might just be the time we're gonna be waiting for these buybacks. So the Glyph, by time.
Just be
Addy Narble is waiting on the side, waiting for the chance to jump. 3 seconds for the DK. He goes in, but he misses.
for another 10
Squadix is
seconds.
faster than he is, and he's gonna target the Dazzle right away. Static Storm has caught the DK. The Solar Guardian comes into play, and the damage is keeping the DK. I mean, the healing is keeping him alive for long enough, and now he has to force the buyback. Squadix is still fighting versus Dazzle, and Puck is gonna get controlled, but the Aeon Disc will pop. Otaker getting chased by SSS. He cannot get to the target, and he finally
Troll?
does, but he's only got 50 HP. The OD staff just enough to get Perdanchik another grave off, and he might be able to kill the Bristle back into a dieback, but they have lost the Troll, and they're losing Natty Narble. Squadix is living. Munkushi is untouched in this fight. And just like that, a fell swoop. 1 win will knock out 4Pirates. In a game, you could slightly say they came back, but you could also argument that the better late game is on the hands of this Radiant lineup. But the most important thing, they survived the storm.
They really had to hang on for dear life there. I'm trying to remember which it is.